Yeah. Yeah.
Hey everybody, Sabat the Mighty here, and I'm back with another Eve Echoes video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at another one of the faction cruisers, and we are on the Fulmination test server. So the faction cruiser we're going to be taking a look at today is going to be the Garista's Gila, or Gila, depending on how you want to say it. Alright, before we get started, if you do like my content, please leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I do release new content in the future. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the Gila, or Gila. Alright, so for its roll bonus, it actually gets plus 200% medium drone damage, and plus 200% medium drone effective hit points. For advanced medium drone operation, it gets plus 10% medium drone damage per level, and plus 4 km drone control range per level. Under advanced cruiser command bonus, for every level that you have of that, you're going to get plus 10% missile / torpedo kinetic damage, and 10% missile / torpedo thermal damage. Now, the one thing it does say here is it does not say medium. So that comes into key when we're looking at the rest of the fit that I have on today. And lastly, it's going to get plus 4% shield resistances per level of that as well for the advanced cruiser command. If you're just to buy this ship out of the box, it has an overall defense of 19,748 with a flight velocity of 216, a warp speed of 3 AUs, a power grid output of 664 megawatts, and for its capacitors, it has 3,666 gigajoules, and cargo hold capacity is 880 M3. Primarily, if the shield resistance bonus didn't tell you, this should be a shield tank primarily. Alright, so how do we fit it out today? Well, I bent some corners and had a little bit of fun with this one here. And what I did is in the high slots here, I actually have two Pitham C-type medium missile launchers. These missile launchers have a missile range of 36.89, and they do 108 DPS each. And I also have two Pith C-type large rapid missile launchers. These do 138 DPS each, and also have a range of 36.89. So they do a little bit more damage than the medium missile launchers do. And I was able to fit them in by doing some hijinks. Okay, in the mid slots, I'm actually running a Predator Warp Scram, a Haley Target Painter, and a Predator Stasis Webifier. I am doing this because I did take this ship out to disaster relief, and I did my combat encounter there, so this is set up to fight specifically disaster relief. For my drones, I do have Mark 9 Vespas, a couple of those that are in there. And in my low slots, I'm just using a Pitham C-type medium shield booster. I have a Corellium C-type medium afterburner, a Gist C-type adaptive invulnerability field, a Pitham C-type reactive shield hardener, and a Nestworn drone damage amplifier. For the rigs, I have one bay loading accelerator, and I have a drone speed augmenter, and I also have a drone firepower augmenter. In the engineering slots, I have an auxiliary thrusters 3, just to make the ship go that little bit faster. And we have two ancillary power grid router 3s to help us with the power grid fitting, and to be able to squeeze all of this stuff in here. Now, one of the things that you could do is you could always change out if you don't like the bay loading accelerator for more tankiness. You could put that in. It will drop your DPS down to about 470 on your missiles, I believe. So you only get about 30 DPS by actually having that in on the actual missiles. You could change it around to be drone if you wanted to have further drone range. So this one here is kind of a slot that's up to you. You could use this one for a defensive slot or an offensive slot if you wanted to make your ship more offensive, or drone range, basically kind of whatever you want. Or if you wanted to be more tanky, you can also, put in shield boosters or stuff like that there. Pretty much anything. It's a free slot. I decided to actually go with the bit more damage. Okay, so for the offense, this thing has 956.2 DPS, 491.43 comes from the missiles, and 464.77 comes from the drones. This thing is not always going to be using both of these. A lot of the times, it's going to be using the drones only. Those missiles only have a range of 36 km. So Usually you can start firing on things with your drones before the missiles will get in range. And also too, if you do need to retreat, you can retreat out of your missile range and still be applying damage with the drones. Very, very, very handy. For the defense on the ship, it's sitting at 31,409 with 9,796 shield hit points, with an EM resistance of 20, thermal of 42, kinetic of 52, and explosive of 60. If you do get to your armor, you're sitting at 7,163 armor hit points, with EM of 50, thermal 45, kinetic 25, explosive 10. Lastly, if you get down to your structure, you have 7,470 with 33% resistances across the board. We already took a look at the offense. For its capacitor, it lasts for about 3 minutes and 46 seconds, minus 17.71 gigajoules per second, or a total of minus 77.3%. Its capacitor capacity is 5,499 gigajoules with a recharge time of 600. In targeting, it has 24 points, with a scan resolution of 402, a signature radius of 100, and it can lock a maximum of 7 targets. And also what we're looking at here is its max power grid with the 2 power grid boosters is sitting at 1,162. Okay. For navigation, again, we're looking at a top speed of 356.4 without activating the afterburner. And it has a warp prep time of 3.75 seconds and a warp speed of 3 AUs. All right. And so that pretty much takes a look at the actual ship itself, and today we are going to be doing disaster relief in this ship, and I will see you guys in the combat mission. Okay, and here we are outside of the disaster relief encounter. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the speed on this ship, as well as its tankiness, like we always do before we start an encounter. And what we're looking at here is its defense is sitting at 42,746 with an EM of 58, thermal of 70, kinetic 75, explosive 79, and it's moving at 1,025. So not quite as fast as some of the other ships that we have seen, but definitely worth it. All right, so let's just go ahead and warp right into disaster relief. We'll be absolutely fine. Our Stargate is Lasalinier? Oh, I'm always horribly butchering the names of Stargates. So we're going to go in and just take a look and see how this ship performs. Well, let's get all of our weapons over here. And get all of our stuff over here. Okay. Let's lock up some of the little guys and orbit. We do have a much longer orbit in this one. Okay. And so this guy here, he's getting awful close to us. Oh, let's turn on our afterburner. So far, so good. Focus fire this guy down. Actually, let's go into orbit around him, and let's get this guy first. He looks like he's gonna give us a majority of the troubles. Okay. Let's move back over to him. Alright, so this ship is able to pump out quite a bit of DPS. And if we do activate our drone damage, that does put us up to 1,079, with 588 being in the drone itself. Okay, let's set this guy in orbit. We did get quite a bit of ways out there, so... Okay. So 55, we can start to get the drones on them. The missiles definitely aren't going to be able to hit until at least 36. Let's just hit that one more time, get us up to full. And watch these guys just melt. We should already be able to focus fire this guy as well. And here we go. We are now in a range. Oh, let's activate our target painter. And just watch that damage just start coming through. It outputs quite a bit pretty quickly. Same thing here. Now we do like our target painter. So we're starting to get closer to being in that range. We definitely want to make sure that we're inside of that 36 range so the missiles can hit. So far this is all the drones, which speaks highly for the drones themselves. Alright, let's start putting the Hurricane into orbit. Let's actually orbit him around 20. And the reason why I want to orbit him around 20 is it's going to give us that little bit more room. Our drones are on him now, so we can activate our drone damage. Excellent. So far so good, we're doing pretty well. Okay. We are going to start approaching the actual Stargate. With this one, we have a bunch of faster ships. So we do want to give those ships the respect that they deserve. Okay. Once they get into range, we will go ahead and stop them in their tracks. Same thing with this guy here. Okay. Next, we're going to take out this Talwar. Oh no, he is slowing us down. Okay. And let's start locking up our other targets. I don't think we need to micro warp drive this guy, but we'll try anyway. Anything to make them slower is going to make our missiles apply that damage just that bit better. Which is good for us. Okay. And I think now we're in pretty clear sailing. Start orbiting him. So this is wave 2. Wave 2 of this mission, wave 1 and wave 2 are very easy. Not much needs to really be done there. Our harder waves are going to be coming up here in a moment. And then we can really put this ship to the test. And so we're going to have 2 waves of ships that are quite a few of them, and some elites as well. We should have plenty of range to be able to take out the elites. They are going to be faster than us, though. And that works out pretty perfectly. It handles these non-elite waves, no issues. Applies damage to all sorts of ships at a pretty good rate. Oh, yeah, let's start. Oh, we're at 35 already. So let's start our approach. We want to get farther away if we can. Let the drones do the last bit of the work here. Okay, let's see who's going to come in on us. You're coming in. You're coming in. You're coming in. And that really does look like about it right now. We have 12 ships here. Let's go ahead and unlock him. And we can start focus firing this guy. Yeah, those guys are pretty far away. Okay, our drones are on him now. Put this guy into orbit, and we want to focus fire down our buddy over here. I'm keeping an eye on the other ships as well. Oh, he's within 10 of us now, so we can really slow him down. 3. Good, get closer. Okay. Alright, we can go ahead and send the drones out. Yeah, it looks like this wave, we're down to what, 9 ships? This wave's going to be pretty easy too. I guess there was no elites on this wave. I guess it's the next wave. We have 2 more waves after this, and that's where the elites are going to be. Right? Yeah. No elites. So again, so far pretty easy. Let's take you out and start orbiting you. So we're getting closer and closer. We'll shield boost whenever we need to. Okay. We're going to turn off those. And we're actually going to place those on another ship. Just because that guy is outside of our missile range. Next, we're going to move over to this other stabber, because I don't like these stabbers. The stabbers are not your friends. The stabbers are definitely your enemies. Okay, let's go ahead and focus fire this guy next. And we're in a pretty good spot, I would say. We got through all of the nastiness of the start of the wave, and we're just moving into the coasting time. But we still do have our 2 big waves left. So we're definitely not out of the woods yet. This guy's getting pretty far away. I thought I had him in orbit, but I guess not. So our poor missiles aren't really doing anything out here. Just the drones. Okay, so now we're back in the missile range, so we should start seeing him go away a lot quicker. There we go. Let's go ahead and move into orbit of the next target. And we'll get him blowed up. And then we'll get ready for the hard waves. I'm really curious to see how it's going to do versus them. Okay. Using all the tools that we have available to us. Let's actually activate the drone damage mod here. And I'm kind of excited about the next wave. I can't wait to see how it's going to perform versus these micro warp drive ships. Those ships got some get up and go on them. I'm having a feeling that it's going to do pretty well. But we'll have to see. Alright, let's get turned. We are heading our exit. Okay. There they are. So who's going to get close to us real fast? You are. You are. Let's focus fire you. We got 20 ships to deal with. Let's focus fire you. Got him. focus fire you. Doing good, we're doing good. Okay. Getting all these quick guys taken out. Just murdering them. Let's make sure to use our target painter. Perfect. And then we'll start moving in and start taking out some of the other ones. There is the Elite Stabber is 100 km away from us. An Elite Stabber is one of my least favorite people. Oh, he's gaining on me, but not quite in that Weber range as of yet. Okay, let's focus fire you. And we want to orbit him. Back to you. We're going to hit you with all of the goods. We get a little bit of shield boosting going on. Oh yeah, there's not much you're going to be able to do to us. We're going to lock up these guys. This is our next target. Well, actually, let's focus on him first. Perfect. Next is you, and this will get us down to 13 ships. And we got the Elite just about where we want him to be. Let's get him back in orbit. And the Elite is taking a beating here. Oh, he activated his bubble. Alright. Let's turn back around, get him into orbit. We don't have very many ships left, there's only 11. We do need to build back some energy, though. Okay, so we have him in drone range now. Boost back up a little bit. We still have quite a few ships left, though. Yeah, this last elite is being a rather big pain. We are going to need to boost our shield booster a bit more. Alright. And let's activate our drone damage just to give them that little bit more boost to get him out of here. We don't like him. He's not a friend of ours. Okay. And we can start putting the next ships into orbit. We got the troublesome ones taken care of. Now we're just back to quite a few basic ships. Nope, want to focus fire totally on him. If you don't mind. Okay. Oh, we still do have an elite left. Okay, well, it's no problem. I think we'll be okay. Okay, moving on to my stabbers, which I hate. Let's orbit him. So right now we're still out of range of the missiles. Let's lock up the last of these guys. There's still one guy not showing. He's just playing with us. Okay, let's start orbiting our next target. Yeah, it's that elite. That elite just wants to go away from everyone. So with a couple of hurricanes here, those guys are gonna take us a little while to chunk through. And I believe the next wave is gonna be 30 ships. So that wave is gonna be something else. But so far this is doing this just fine. We're really gonna have to see on the last wave though. That's the wave that matters, right? That's the one everybody wants to see. All right. We're doing well. We're doing well. So I know this build is a little bit more damage focused than shield tanky focused. You can always run with more of a tank if you like. I just really didn't think it was too necessary. We're gonna have a little bit of a time getting rid of this elite here. Moving into range. But yeah, even the drones alone on this ship, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could not use the missiles at all and put some drone control rigs on there. Get this thing out pretty far, doing okay damage. It's also really going to start taking off and really coming into its own once they put in the faction drones in there. There's a lot of ships that are going to be like that, though. Faction drones are really going to do a number on all sorts of ships. It's going to be pretty crazy once those go through. Okay, almost done with this elite here. And then just one more really long wave. So it looks like this encounter right now, it's hitting the 30-minute marker, so it's not doing it super, super fast. It is definitely going to still take some time to do it, but it does it fairly well. Let's boost up, see if we can get full shields. And one more really big wave after this one. And once we clear that, then it will have cleared this mission with really no fuss whatsoever. But we'll see. I'm still worried about that last wave. It could all go horribly wrong there. It could all go horribly wrong. And so if you were waiting around to see if it was going to go horribly wrong in the last wave, it's just about to happen, I guess. How far are we off? We're 89 km off of the main mission. Let's use that. Okay, let's start moving away. There's our buddies. Let's lock you guys. You guys are all coming at me pretty quickly. Okay, we'll take out this guy first. 30 ships. That is quite a few ships, that's for sure. What's our next tag of guys? Are at 72? Okay. No problems. Okay. You're gonna die quick because you're right up on us. Oof, 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 oof. That's a lot of gunfire. Block up this elite. We got a couple of his boys too. Okay. We're gonna put you in orbit. We're gonna hit you with the goods. Excellent. We actually need to switch over. We need to take out these guys first. Okay. Next, we're going to take you out. Now we're going to go back to hitting our big target. Yeah, those guys were basically going to be webbing us, so we really didn't want to have that happen. Well, we still do got a couple of guys target painting us, but we don't really care. We want to make sure this elite gets taken out first. We can even try to orbit him closer. That's fine. We can play this game. Now that we're all in your range, you're all in our range. That's exactly what we wanted. Oh, you don't want to be here anymore? Sucks to be you. Okay. It's another elite dealt with. We still have 23 ships though, so don't even think that this is over. Still got a couple more elites too. Okay. You want to get up all me? That's okay. We got some missiles and drones to give you back. I hope you enjoy those. We have a couple more elite ships, but they don't have micro warp drives, so I'm not too concerned. They're sitting at a strong 34 too, so we're alright. We're down to 21 ships out of the 30 that are here. I do believe that we have killed a lot of the elites. We have, it looks like a bunch of them are 130 km away. So we're fighting way out here. Which is fine by me. We don't want to be in the middle of them anyway. We'll take out the next elite. Looks like all of their elites just kind of shot out of the pack and were like, hey, deal with us. Which I'm happy to. Okay. Let's start orbiting you. Let's actually approach you head on. And we will focus fire you. Go get them, drones. Now we can start the orbit. Our next elite looks like he's dipped back with the rest of the pack. He's like, uh-oh, I saw what they did, and I don't want to be part of that game. Okay. Ooh, so many elites. That's really good for the loot. We do have to wait till he gets within 55. I do not like the elite stabbers. They're my least favorite of the bunch. Okay, we can get the drones on him now. Good, activate the damage. Oh yeah, he's gonna go down like a sack of potatoes. We got nothing to worry about. Okay, let's put the next one into orbit. And let's start looking at our next targets. Alright, so all of our next targets after these two are going to be a little further out again. Let's use the target painter. That's what it's there for, to make those smaller ships less small. And easy peasy. Put this guy into orbit. We're down to 15 ships. We got half of them dead. This next pack is a pretty large pack, though. Let's get the drones in. We still want to make sure that we don't get webbed up. Because just because they're not elites don't mean they don't have webs, so we don't want to let them get too close to us. Excellent. Let's get this guy into orbit next. A couple of Talwars pulled away from the rest of the pack. We will gladly reward them with death. Okay. Okay, let's start moving in. Got a bunch of smaller ships. That's okay. They've got nothing for our drones. Our missiles will have a little bit of a tougher time on them, but they're nowhere near missile range yet anyway. And this is what the drones are for. Okay. I do not like stabbers. Couple of slashers, get rid of those guys. And everything's over but the crying. Yeah, we've got them at a pretty much a good orbit range. Oh, it looks like we do have a hurricane left. But none of these guys have anything where they can catch us. We've got 74% of our energy left, even if things did turn a little bit south now. If there was one more elite out here that starts applying damage quite well, we don't care. We're in such a good spot now, it doesn't matter. Let's take care of this other elite, just to get the elite done. And we'll activate our damage on him, as the elites tend to have a bit more tankiness to them. Not bad. We are starting to take some ancillary damage here. Alright, let's worry about our stabbers now. I don't like stabbers. Let's wipe these guys off the face of the planet. We're still missing one ship. There it is. Yeah, so we got 2 tornadoes and a hurricane. And 1 stabber that's just way the heck out there. Okay. So I can already see the order that we're going to take these guys out in. Let's start moving around the tornado. We'll get the tornado dead next. Just because he is the closest. Go get them, drones. This thing has 2 little hood ornaments of doom. Okay. Excellent. So in the process of killing this tornado, it put us in a range of the stabber, which I'm cool with, because I hate the stabbers. Alright, let's start orbiting our next victim. You know what? Focus fire him. You just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Oh, sorry. There we go. Let's boost up a little bit more with our shield. Cool. So the not micro warp drive, the Predator warp scram definitely was very helpful in this mission. as well as the webifiers did its job just perfectly. Target Painter has been a godsend, and everything has just fit together and worked very nicely to be able to complete this mission. I'm very pleased with how it turned out, and that it's actually able to perform and do this T8. The actual combat time that it's taken to do this thus far is 48 minutes and 51 seconds. So it's able to finish the combat portion in less than an hour. And so depending on where you're at in space for the other missions, if you add, I don't know, let's just say another 30 minutes, you'll be able to accomplish all of this in basically about an hour and a half. Which isn't bad. And a better pilot could probably do it quicker than I. I do happen to play a little safer than a lot of people would. I'm used to using kiting fits and everything, so I tend to skirt the outside of packs and back off quite a bit instead of diving right into the middle. So, yeah, I think it did pretty well. Pretty well indeed. Not once was it ever felt like it was in real danger. Perfect. And there you go. Disaster relief completed. Okay, well, I guess that's going to be it. That's where I'm going to cut this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.